Alone again, naturally. Me and this cloud of witnesses, with all of these thoughts swirling around in my head. Alone. I follow the river downstream, looking for an easy place to ford it. But increasingly the tree line gives way to reeds and wetlands, and then to desert. Within an hour, it empties into a huge body of water, the Dead Sea. A sea it is, stretching out to the horizon and beyond. I can smell the brine, but no aquatic life. All these miles of ocean, and nothing can live in it. No plants, no fish. There aren't even any trees around the shore, just miles and miles of lifelessness. It would be deadly even to me if I were to try to drink it or traverse that expanse of water. Funny, all this death simply because the water has no outlet. So it sits and simmers in the sun for centuries. The water that runs into it is clean, but when it arrives at this dead end, it mixes with this toxic stew and becomes worthless. I have reached the lowest point on earth, literally. Deadly water before me as far as I can see. Deadly desert behind me as far as human eyes can see. As I walk along the shore, great cliffs above me hem me in. Death all around me, within me, above me. Circumstances seemingly beyond my control have brought me here and now keep me here. I keep thinking it's all over, but then I'm back here again. How long, O Lord? Here in the middle of this most barren of places, among the cliffs, I come upon an oasis of bamboo reeds and palm trees. A small stream runs underground from Jerusalem through the wilderness and comes out here at En-Gedi. As I enter and walk upstream, I even find a rather impressive, refreshing waterfall of cold, clear water. The water is kept cool and made clear by running underground through the rock from the mountains all the way to here, where it cascades down in brilliant beauty on its way to death. What's that? Among the sound of this waterfall, I hear a voice, a young man, singing praises to God. Up there, above this thick undergrowth of bamboo, sitting in the mouth of a cave about 40 feet above me. I recognize him, the youngest of 7 brothers, a shepherd and musician by background, a one-hit warrior, and a man anointed as the next king of Israel. It is David, and in this wilderness he sings praise. I call out to him, "King David!" "Friend or foe?" he shouts as he drops the harp and picks up a sling and stone. "Friend, I am a discontent pilgrim, seeking my way." He puts down the sling and laughs. "Well, join the merry band of 400. We are all a band of unwelcomed wayfarers here." "Where are the others?" "Surrounding you, friend. Watching you. You just don't see them, as it must be." "Can I ask, how did you get here?" I ask. "King Saul tried to kill me, so I'm hiding here." "But you are the king of Israel." "Oh, anointed as king, but not yet enthroned. There's a big difference, you know." "Well, how long have you been here?" "About 13 years. Of course, not always in this oasis. Usually I've been in more austere settings, out there, where others would not come." "Well, how long will you remain?" "I can't predict that. All I can do is take what I am given and wait on the Lord." "But you are—" "Yes, the king, I know. We've already covered that." "Why don't you raise up an army and take your place on the throne?" "And go against the Lord's anointed? Never. God will do whatever he does, whenever he does it. He keeps the score, not I." "But how can you sing in this God-forsaken wilderness? Aren't you the sweet psalmist of Israel?" "Friend, did you know that I've written twice as many psalms here in this so-called God-forsaken wilderness as I will ever write in a palace? Think about that before you judge which place is better for the spirit." He continued, "Did you not notice how many of the songs labeled a Psalm of David open with anguished cries? Let me sing you a sampling. O Lord, how many are my foes? How many rise up against me? Answer me when I call to you, O my righteous God. Give me relief from my distress. Be merciful to me and hear my prayer. Give ear to my words, O Lord. Consider my sighing. O Lord, do not rebuke me in your anger or discipline me in your wrath." And that is just the first 4. "Oh, I see. I'm sorry. I never realized." "Oh, nothing to be sorry about," he replied. "God knows how to shape a man's character, and I trust him to deliver me in his time. Besides, every warrior needs to know when to run into a battle and when to run from one. That decision is not based on the size of the opponent. Remember Goliath? But on the approval of God." There was a noise nearby, and King David, the mighty warrior of Israel, disappeared like a spooked rabbit and was gone. I sit down among the invisible 300 and reflect a while on David and me. David, the young man, is in a mighty, heady position, a shepherd with confidence in his athletic and martial skills, a teenager decorated as a war hero. Women sing of his exploits, his own ticker-tape parade, a musician with reputation for skill, a successful music therapist with the king as his first client, a refined composer, lyricist, and harpist, a handsome young man even. Perhaps he was voted high school prom king, anointed secretly as the king of Israel. God's favor is on David. All this before he turns 20. And yet he spends the entire decade of his 20-somethings on the run in the wilderness with his life in danger. On a much smaller scale, as I was growing up, it was with a strange mix of pride and self-doubt. I had a certain sense of manifest destiny, believing that I had more talent than most people around me. I fully expected to live up to the potential that adults said they saw in me. I was fiercely competitive. But as I grew, I learned to mask my competitive spirit with a humble exterior. That way, I win twice. When you win a humility contest, what kind of award do you get? Of course, such great expectations can lead to a disappointment when they don't materialize in quite the way and on the timetable I had imagined. Isn't there something about pride going before a fall? The Lord describes David as a man after God's own heart. Maybe David pursued God's heart more because of those difficult trials than he would have if he had only been shown more and more favor from the Lord. Like he writes by faith when he says, "O Lord, you have searched me, you know me. I can't hide from your spirit. I can't run from your presence. If I climb the mountain, you are there. If I sleep in the valley, you are there. If I fly across the ocean, your hand still guides even my stubborn pilgrimage. Even darkness is not dark to you. You see straight into my heart through any sin or cover-up. After all, you created me from the inside out, wove me like a tapestry in my mother's womb. I, your handcrafted masterpiece, praise you. You do all things well. You always love me, O God. You think of me ceaselessly. I stand in wonder of this truth. Even when I am farthest away from you, you never blink. You never turn away. At last I awake, still with you.